Ethan never believed in love stories, the kind you see in movies where everything magically falls into place. His life had always been more about survival than romance. Growing up in a small town in Ohio, he learned early that dreams don't work unless you do. His father worked double shifts, his mother battled illness, and Ethan carried responsibilities far heavier than most boys his age. By the time he turned 16, Ethan had 2 jobs, one at a grocery store and another delivering newspapers before sunrise. School was just something he squeezed in between exhaustion. Love, that wasn't even on his list. Until he met her. Her name was Lily. She transferred to his school in the middle of the semester. Unlike everyone else, she noticed Ethan, not the tired version of him, but the determined one. The boy who never complained, who stayed quiet but always finished what he started. Their first conversation wasn't anything special. "You're always busy," she said one day, sitting beside him in the cafeteria. Ethan shrugged. "Someone has to be," she smiled. "Or maybe, you just don't know how to rest." That sentence stayed with him longer than he expected. Over time, Lily became a small but meaningful part of his life. She'd sit with him during lunch, help him with assignments, and sometimes just walk beside him in silence. She never tried to fix him, she simply understood him. And for the first time, Ethan felt something new. Hope. But life wasn't a fairy tale. One evening, while Ethan was at work, he got a call. His mother had collapsed, the hospital bills piled up quickly, and his father's income wasn't enough. Ethan had to make a decision, stay in school or work full-time. He chose his family. The next day, he told Lily he was dropping out. "You can't just give up," she said, her voice trembling. "I'm not giving up," Ethan replied. "I'm choosing what matters right now." "But what about your dreams?" Ethan looked away. "Some dreams have to wait." Lily didn't argue further, but something in her eyes changed. Not disappointment, but determination. Days turned into weeks. Ethan's routine became even harsher. Long hours, sleepless nights, constant pressure. Yet, every now and then, he'd find a note in his pocket or locker. "Don't forget who you are. You're stronger than this moment. I believe in you." They were always from Lily. She never stopped reminding him that his story wasn't over. Months later, something unexpected happened. Lily showed up at his workplace with a stack of papers. "What's this?" Ethan asked. "Your second chance," she said. She had researched night schools, scholarships, and community programs. She even helped him apply. "I know life is hard," she said softly. "But you don't have to carry everything alone." For the first time in months, Ethan felt something break inside him, not weakness but release. That night, he made a decision. He wouldn't quit on his dreams. It wasn't easy. He worked during the day and studied at night. There were moments he wanted to give up, moments he felt like he couldn't breathe under the pressure. But every time, he remembered Lily's words. And slowly, things began to change. He graduated. Then he got into college. Years passed, and the boy who once thought dreams were a luxury became someone who lived them. But the story doesn't end there. On the day of his college graduation, Ethan stood on stage, looking out at the crowd. His father was there, proud and smiling. His mother, now healthier, had tears in her eyes. And in the front row, Lily. After the ceremony, he walked straight to her. "You never gave up on me," he said. She smiled. "I just reminded you not to give up on yourself." Ethan took a deep breath. "Everything I've become, it started with you." Lily shook her head gently. "No, it started with you choosing to keep going, even when it was hard." There was a pause, one of those quiet moments where words aren't enough. "I love you," Ethan said. Lily's eyes softened. "Took you long enough." They both laughed, but behind that laughter was something deeper, a journey, a struggle, a victory. Because their story wasn't just about love. It was about growth, about resilience, about choosing hope when everything feels impossible. Ethan's life taught him something powerful. Love isn't always about grand gestures or perfect timing. Sometimes, it's about the person who stays when life gets messy. The one who believes in you when you've forgotten how to believe in yourself. And motivation, it doesn't always come from speeches or books. Sometimes, it comes from a single person who refuses to let you fall. Years later, Ethan would share his story on stages, in interviews, and with young people who felt lost, just like he once did. And he always ended with the same message. Your situation doesn't define your future. Your decisions do. Life will test you, break you, and push you to your limits. But if you keep going, if you hold on to even the smallest bit of hope, you can change everything. And sometimes, all it takes is one person to remind you of that. That was his story, a boy who didn't believe in love, until love taught him how to believe in himself.